Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a GameReplays.org Gamecast. Today we got game number 2 of the third place matchup between SK and DRD for the Cybersports Network, CSN. So they have an opening tournament. This is worth $100, which is really just a free dinner to each player for 20 bucks. And today, again, game number 2, so we had SK overwhelmingly take out game number 1 with a level 1 Kongor kill into really just a lot of teamfight dominance, and it was a very entertaining game to watch. I really recommend it. Joining me then and joining me now is CSN Jesse, the HoN admin. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Forecourt. Thanks for having me here again. In this
Fantastic.
third place CS, fantastic, man. And this, kind of like the DRD player, Fantastic, I think his name is. I think that's how it's spelled anyway. And he's wonderful, but that's a completely different topic. I'm really excited to be here casting this third place game with you. The first game was really fun to watch, although a little one-sided. SK dominated against DRD. Really fantastic Pharaoh play coming out from Cardinal, and just really great all-around team support play. And I think the really big deciding factor in that last game was the Thunderbringer pick, which they actually banned this game. Pretty sure, yeah, DRD banned Thunderbringer, and Thunderbringer did a fantastic job countering that tri-lane strategy, nuking down those weak support heroes.
That's why he's picked. Typically go 1-on-2, get the level advantage, come on down, lots of AoE, lots of little things to kill, and reap the benefits. So yeah, he is banned this round. We have a Devourer and a Repulsor. Devourer was banned last time as well. Is there anyone on DRD that likes to play Devourer or is known for Devourer? Because SK's banned him twice now.
I'm not entirely sure, actually. I don't follow them that much, but I'm sure that there's somebody on there who is fantastic with Devourer, and he's just a strong hero anyway. I mean, most of these pro players can play him, and he gets really big and really good. Oh, Balfagor first pick.
Balfagor was banned last game. I think really because Fuji Apples showed him what's up with that. So that was my theory.
Well, he has been seen in a lot of high-end scrims and in-houses, and he does dominate, but he wasn't really picked a lot in competitive play until Fuji Apples dominated in the CSN's final tournament that happened the other day. I think it was Sunday.
Yes, it was Sunday.
Sunday, yep. Yes, Sunday. And Fuji Apples dominated that game. I think it got a kill a level.
Yeah, 17 kills, 17 levels. I think it was a 23-minute game or so. But yeah, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic gameplay by him, and that's why we see SK picking him up. First pick, ready from Fog. We see them picking up Voodoo Jester and Witchslayer, first and second pick for DRG. Really fantastic tri-lane and really fantastic support heroes all around. If Witchslayer can get a decent amount of fire and get that portal key, he can do some really good initiation as well. So I really like those two picks from them, and we'll see what SK goes for next.
So DRD did a little bit of a swap up here. So we had Lord last game with King Raven Hamilton and Fab, right?
Yes, we did.
Which means that we booted out Dagius for Robert X. Lee, and there's some great chatting about that I'm not going to scroll up for, simply because we have to keep this PG.
Yeah, well, kind of PG anyway. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of trash talk going on in the middle of the game. There will always see some interesting stuff like that from DRD, and that's what makes them interesting to watch. I mean, it's a little iffy as to whether or not it's mannered or not, but it is hilarious and it's definitely fun to watch. I think you guys casted DRD versus the Yard.
Yep.
A little while back.
That was a fun trash talking game.
Yeah, and it was much worse in that game in comparison to the last game against SK. SK is all around really mannered team, so they didn't really clash heads. It was mostly DRD trash talking themselves, which is always fun to watch.
I mean, that's why we go to the Dotally Rad Dot Come site. Really, it's just pure trash talk events, anything and every subject. I think I just logged on to it the other day. It's like, S2, fix your bleeping game, all in caps, and the whole rant is in caps, and then the next post is trash player profile number 5. It's just like on and on and on and on. I mean, that's what makes them entertaining. They're fun to watch, and they're fun to listen to and read to, and really they're ragers. They rage a lot.
But rages is what makes HoN complete. I'm sure you can agree with that, being a fellow pubber.
Everyone rages every morning. Yeah, for sure. That's the HoN community.
I wake up, I grab my cereal, I throw it across the room, pour myself another bowl.
Exactly, yeah. You did not deliver, throwaway. Yep. Anyways, what do we have here for teams? Balfagor with a Glacius Andromeda that just screams tri-lane. We had Glacius banned last game, so that was an interesting ban, but it didn't stop the tri-lanes from happening because it still went on. Armadon for Tobacco. Now, Armadon was, quote, fixed, but...
Oh, I'm so excited for this game now.
And a Wretched Hag coming out of Cardinal.
So what we're going to probably see here from SK is a tri-lane down bottom or top featuring Glacius, Andromeda, and Armadon, and have Belphegor solo and Wretched Hag, sorry, solo middle. And I really, really like this lineup from him. It's a fantastic ganking lineup. It's a fantastic pushing lineup with the spines from Armadon and the minions and the Sonar Scream. It's just, I'm really excited to watch this game from SK because they have almost all of my favorite heroes in game right now. As we're waiting for this last pick to come out from Hamilton on DRD, and he's right-click Soul Reaper, although I'm not entirely sure if they'll go with him, but that'd be a really good pick. He's a really good pick for this lineup, though. I mean, with they can tri-lane with the Pestilence, and tri-lane with Pestilence with Demented Shaman and Witch Slayer, and have Voodoo Jester and Soul Reaper solo, which seems like it might be a good idea, but I'm not entirely sure if they'll go with them.
Well, what DRD did last game was they took all three of their support heroes, threw them into a tri-lane themselves. Like, we had, Magmus, Plague Rider, Andromeda all in the same lane, and they have at least three support right there with, of course, the Pestilence Soul Reaper. So I would not be surprised if they did something like that again.
Yeah, well, I think that they did end up picking Soul Reaper as well, which is good. Also, did SK do? I didn't even notice. Did SK do a complete ready up all at the same time?
No, Belphegor was ready right off the bat for one.
Oh, well, the other four did. They already done 33.
There you go.
Anyway, so I don't know what to expect from DRD right now. They could do a number of combinations, but we'll definitely see as the game goes. Let's get it on, and game 2 of the third place matchup between DRD and SK
for Cybersports Network with Forecourt Jester and CSN Jesse. Anything else we want to plug? Weeblestuff.com.
Not sure. Yeah.
Look at my
Badger.
Didn't you listen to like My Horse is Amazing for like 6 hours once?
Let's not get into my personal life, please.
Well, I thought I'd plug Weevil Stuff since he's such an important part of everyone's life. But yeah, we got Belphegor going up top, so he might run into the Hellborn tri-lane if these guys are serious about their tri-lane.
No, sir. Soul Reaper is going to solo top.
Okay, fine. Soul Reaper versus Belphegor. Now, Belphegor's a really tanky hero, very hard to kill early on, so I'd be very surprised if Soul Reaper could do that.
The thing is, they don't need to kill him. They just need to keep his farm down. And with Soul Reaper, what he can do is he can toss out a heal when he pops all those minions. And not only is he going to heal himself and hurt Belphegor, he's going to kill all those minions in one wave. So they're going to be completely nullified with that Soul Reaper pick, at least in the early laning phase. He's not going to be able to get a push on. He might have the farm advantage since he is so tanky and has the minions too, like as long as they last. But that's going to definitely counter the pushing from Belphegor. So they'll just stick Soul Reaper up here. They'll let him farm. They'll let him stop Belphegor's farm, and hopefully that'll be that. Unless we see some really amazing play from Fogged here playing that Belphegor.
So we got both Voodoo and Demented going to be supporting this here Pestilence. That takes a Witch Slayer into the mid. So, I mean, really, Witch Slayer is a nice solo hero as well. It depends on who he goes up against, and he will be going up against that Hag. I do think he'll be able to do okay. I really like this Armadon in this tri-lane, though. What did Glacius go with? Definitely with the Tundra. So, Tundra, stun, that's a lot of slow throughout those spines 5-6 times. You should theoretically be able to kill off both these heroes, but that's a lot of healing power for this tri-lane.
As you see some early counter warding coming out from Beatis all over those wards. He dropped a counter ward and took out the Hellborn's first ward, which is a fantastic pick off because that means they're going to be able to set up ganks a little easier. They're gonna have to keep one of the. Oh, actually, do you know what? They had 2 wards down there, didn't they? Yes, they did. DRD going. Having to put down their second ward down here in the jungle where it can't be counter warded, so they can still have vision in the side lane because it's so necessary so they don't get ganked from the middle lane or they don't get ganked from the side lane even. As you see some harassment going on Pestilence as Tobacco free farms here down bottom on this tower.
Well, I mean, already level 2, so what's he gonna go? He's gonna go... He went with the Snotstorm first. I didn't actually notice that. But yeah, now he has his Spine Burst. So he has his Snot and his Spine ready to go. Glacius will probably be picking up that Chilling Presence and just really rocket powering this Armadon to stardom.
I think that's a really good idea by Tobacco here, because they're not going to be going directly on him. They're going to try to take out these really squishy support heroes in Andromeda and Glacius. So I like him not taking Armadillo first, although it is making him get harassed a little more. But I'm sure he'll be putting points in that. He only really needs 1 point into Snotstorm, so we'll see the build he does. It's always nice to see Armadon picked. He's one of my favorite heroes, even before he was bugged. As you see him picking up his Trinket of Restoration here, I'm going to work towards that Blood Chalice, which is oh so beautiful on him. I'm making it so he can spam those quills all day without any repercussion, really, from this Hellborn
Borderline
team.
overpowered on him, that's what it is.
Well, that's a completely different discussion.
Indeed.
I mean, the Chalice is a really strong item overall. However, I think it is a little overpowered and needs to be tweaked, but I really don't think it should be removed from the game like a lot of people are arguing, because it makes it so strength heroes are viable in the competitive scene. We would never have seen Pandemonium picked up ever without that Chalice. We wouldn't see Armadon really picked up that often without Chalice, right? We wouldn't see, well, Pestilence is already picked all the time, but we wouldn't see Balfagor, who is putting on some harass here with the minions after Soul Reaper pops his heal, which he might pop off right here to take out these minions.
Don't think he's interested.
Anyway, just getting chased around with little minions, putting out some harassment here.
Now, on that note, Witch Slayer in the mid is actually winning out against this Wretched Hag. Now, Wretched Hag is 12-0 for the creep score, but Witch Slayer has definitely been putting out a lot of harass. And, I mean, he is 14-3, which is just higher than that, and just can't seem to kill this Wretched Hag. But, as I said, he definitely has it on the defensive.
Of course, well, he throws that. And Wretched Hag is a really squishy hero in the beginning of the game. He only has 587 health, while Witch Slayer is 644. So he definitely has the health advantage. And as well, Witch Slayer picked up a Pretender's Crown and 3 Miter Totems, which gives him a bunch of stats, a bunch of base damage, and it makes it so he can spam his spells all day. On top of that bottle with the regen rune bottled right now, FAP is doing a really good job holding back Cardinal as Wretched Hag. We'll see how it progresses into the middle game. But and there's a taunt on top of FAP.
Yeah, he's actually been perma-taunting him. Oh, what is what is Pestilence doing? He is way out of position. That's a good heal coming out of Demented Shaman, but I don't quite think that's going to be saving him from the Bloodlust, as he does go down Snotstorm, and lots of quills coming out. No Blood Chalice yet, however, and so if they can defeat these two.
And incoming Tundra Blast from Glacius in 1 second.
There we go,
if they need it. Yeah, here it comes.
Double kill.
And Wretched Hag there just for support, just in case it
didn't
didn't
get gold
happen.
for that?
And Tobacco picking up.
Wretched Hag was probably in range for the gold, even though he didn't get the assist. So yeah, good times.
Yeah, I think so. Which is good for him. That's a free 90 gold that he didn't do anything
Pretty
for,
much.
so that's good. And we're going to see Tobacco free farming here as his mates go back into the jungle.
We got a Blood Chalice coming on this monkey, or this flying chicken, or this flying monkey. It's a flying something. It's late here, okay?
Which just got its Yes, it is. Working on 1 o'clock right now,
Yep.
Jester. So, anyway, oh, my voice just cracked. It was great. Anyway, we got Martyrs picked up and a bottle on top of Witch Slayer. Fat playing that Witch Slayer in the middle. Double D damage on Wretched Hag, and he's staying way back. That's because Witch Slayer's level 6, and he with a stun miniaturization, 2 hits, and then his ultimate, he can definitely drop that Wretched Hag for a joke. So I can understand his I can understand his caution there. Balfagor is putting a number on this Soul Reaper, who has no more regen, no more mana, can't do anything, and he's actually picking up Inhuman Nature, which is actually I would normally go against that, but I think I really like that pickup on against this. Oh, as Balfagor rocks into him, HoN Newerth, that's GG for that. Nothing he can do there. Slowed him down with the spit.
Regurgitate.
And just walked in. Yeah, his Regurgitate. And that was it for Soul Reaper. He was on low health. So that's really good for the Balfagor, for Fog, playing that Balfagor, picking up that early kill. He already has his Chalice and his boots, farming at 232 gold per minute. So that's pretty good for a solo lane. That's not bad at all. as Pestilence goes down once again to the bottom.